Octo.com. You are listening to things on Fiatleak Radio.
What's that thing called when you feel like you're walking on a cloud? And every step you made all your life, wrong or right, led you to this place right here, right now, 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 right now.
Simulation.
I tap and type, that works. Okay, good to know.
All right, we're live, guys.
Yes. Hey.
All right, this is the very first Fiatleak live stream, and we are going to get into the market and trades and crypto in just a minute.
Simulation.
But first, since this is the first live stream, let's do some introductions.
Simulation.
Now, before I start the introductions, we've got a disclaimer, and it's going to make sense why we're disclaiming this in just a minute. So, all the hosts on this live stream own Millix and rap Millix, and you're gonna understand why in a second. And this stream is only for entertainment and is not financial advice.
For sure.
All right, so I will start from my left.
Why am I here?
We've got Octo, who has his tentacle in many, many things. He is a legendary trader. He's a celebrity on Tangled.com. He runs the group G/BTC Knowledge.
Simulation.
He is broadcasting live from the UK. Find him at octo.tangled.com. Now, to his left, we've got a household name. Of course, I'm talking about Danny. And if you've ever used Fiatleak, you know that the Fiatleak radio, which is playing in the background right now, was all performed by Danny. He also runs the Tangled Studio. He is a board member of the Millix Foundation. He is broadcasting live from Miami. Find him at danny.tangled.com. And then we have Eriksson, Dr. Eriksson, Chief Technical Officer of the Millix Project, board member of the Millix Foundation. He's going to be giving us technical insight into whatever crypto we want to talk about. He knows because he's built them. Broadcasting live from Portugal, find him at eriksson.tangled.com. And me.
Yeah.
I have been building software for 30 years. I've been building crypto projects for 10 years. I've owned Fiatleak.com since 2013. I founded Bitcoin Wallet 2014. I founded the Millix Project 2018 and founded Tangled in 2020. I am broadcasting live from Miami. Find me at price.tangled.com. There you go. Those are your hosts for today.
Yeah.
Now, I want to mention we are going to do a couple activities on this stream, and I want you guys to know exactly how to participate in those activities. So you can get involved in the chat for the live stream in two places. We are broadcasting on YouTube, and you can find the stream there under my channel, Price Givens. We are broadcasting on Twitter, but I don't think that there is a built-in chat function there. So we're relying on the comments on the Twitter post there. But you can also chat for this live stream at tangled.com/Fiatleak. And if that's a little bit too much to type in, you can notice on the bottom left of this stream here, we've got beautiful photos of ourselves and our names. And occasionally you're going to see that address come up as the destination to chat. Now, the reason that you want to jump into the chat is because we will do a wheel spin during this live stream and give away Millix to a handful of people. Okay, so we're gonna do that. Now, we're almost ready to jump in. I just have one more thing. We are going to do a Day Trader Fantasy Tournament, which is also hosted at g/Fiatleak on Tangled. There you go. There's a fantasy tournament. So if you head over to g/Fiatleak, you'll see a post. And all you have to do to participate in that is make a comment on the post with up to 5 cryptocurrencies that you think are going to perform the best between now and Friday. So you've got a fantasy portfolio with $1 million in it. And you just have to comment how you would allocate that. We're going to lock in the prices for that later on today. And then on Friday, whoever's portfolio has gone up the most is going to win 10 million Millix. All right? So that is all the housekeeping to start off this stream. Of course, we are looking at Fiatleak.com and all the trades that are happening in USD and USDT. So I guess the way to start this stream is to ask you guys, my esteemed colleagues, has a bull market started? Octo.
Yes.
Yes, I believe it did. It's been a consistent few months of growth and good news despite the rest of the world's news. The total volume that increased quite a lot about crypto, and I think that's a clear sign that it has started. There will always be corrections, but once you see the price, it's now of Bitcoin and pretty much every other major altcoin, it's a good 100%, if not more, over the line where it was around last November, December, which was considered as the bottom. So I would say yes.
Yeah, me too. I agree. Maybe we are just in the beginning. We are starting to seeing some movements there, and also the altcoins are catching up. I think last week we saw some big movements on the altcoins, so that's a good sign for the crypto environment. So yeah, maybe we are just in the beginning of a new bull run.
I think it's preparation for 2024. I think the Bitcoin halving is being so pumped that it's making an impact on everything else, whether it's going to make Bitcoin go up or not. To crazy levels predicted since, I don't know, years, yeah. We've been talking about 100,000, 250,000, if not more. So if that's realistic or not doesn't really matter, because every other coin is reacting to it quite nicely, in my opinion.
Things are rhyming for sure. Every halving, there seems to be a lot of similarities to how the market reacts. It's very cyclic.
The waves, yeah.
Yeah.
You can see on the Fiatleak screen. So we're looking at the U.S. map, which covers USD and USDT's tether, and you can see that Bitcoin in the last minute has traded about 2 million, and it looks like it's probably more than every other coin combined. And occasionally, Ethereum and Bitcoin are going to swap spots on that number one position, but Bitcoin is really dominating. So like Octo says, everything's reacting to Bitcoin right now.
Yeah, I think also there has been a lot of good news for Bitcoin, and one of those good news was the Bitcoin ETF that may be spot ETF that may be just coming up, and also with the approaching the halving. I think those are good things for Bitcoin, and if it's good for Bitcoin, we know that all the other coins are going to follow the trend.
Yeah, analyzing social trends across most social medias as well. There's a very big increase in crypto talk in general, which is it's good news, since there was a lot of a lot less talk about when it was bottoming.
Price, did you hear about the new president of Argentina?
Yeah, I did, and he has a really good quote. I think I might butcher this a little bit, but the quote is essentially, if you could fix the economy by printing money, you could fix stupidity by printing diplomas.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
So I think that if he hasn't said so explicitly, I think that he is a friend of Bitcoin at the very least. Let's take a look. I'm gonna go over to Bitcoin.
There's been some crazy posts about him dancing and looking very excited about his new job. I've seen quite a few tweets and posts all over the place.
Yeah, for sure. There was a couple of articles on Fiatleak actually talking about it.
Now you can see on this map. So for anyone who's not familiar with Fiatleak, right below the map you've got sovereign currencies. So you've got, for example, Argentina is in the very leftmost position, and if there are trades happening in the Argentinian currency, you're going to see a coin fly from that map to the position of Argentina on the map. Now, I don't know if I would expect that to happen. I think that people around the world are probably using stable coins for a lot of their trades, and those are all represented by coins flying into the United States.
Yeah.
USDT, USD, USDC.
So, Price, you talk about the challenge on Fiatleak page on Tangled, where we have our portfolio, and how would we build our portfolio for this week? So what do you have in mind, Price?
Well, I think I was the first person to set up the portfolio, and I said 80% Wrap Millix, 10% Ethereum, and 10% Bitcoin.
That's a very risky portfolio.
It is, but it's fantasy trading in 1 week is a risky game, and you're looking for some volatility. And I see that Wrap Millix is at the absolute bottom of the market summary. It's down 5.4% today. Hopefully it's down 5.4% when we lock in the prices for the fantasy tournament.
Yeah, but right now I think Bitcoin is in a resistance spot, so I don't think there will be very huge movements up. Maybe the big movements will be down, and those coins tend to have big losses, right?
I think we've got some resistance on Bitcoin at 38,000, and I think we have some psychological resistance at 40,000, and there's nothing but air in between 40,000 and the all-time high. Now, first, I should disclaim a second disclaimer. I am not a trader. I'm a holder, and the only thing I know about trading is what anyone would know if they watched a couple hundred Mitch Ray technical analysis videos on YouTube. That's my resume.
Yeah. That's a good resume.
He is my favorite TA.
If you watch all his videos, then you can
learn a few things.
So I think my portfolio is 35 AVAX, 25 Wrap Millix, 25 Ethereum, and 15% Solana. That's I tried to split the bags.
Okay, so you said
yes.
AAVE is your first one?
AVAX.
AVAX, okay.
Yeah.
Let me go to that one first. Let's see what we're dealing with there.
I think that one is moving a lot in the last weeks.
I think so too. In fact, it's one of my picks as well. I put it in there because I know it's going to reclaim $100 fairly soon, and this contest lasts what? 4 days. So the picks I made on that one was to win the contest, not because that's what I would trade at home. You know what I mean?
Octo, are you making a call? Do you think that there's a probability that AVAX hits 100 this week?
No, 100. I was talking about Aave.
Oh, Aave, okay.
Aave.
Yeah, AVAX.
So it's $22 and up about 3% so far today.
It has been doing very well for the last 2 weeks. It was in the news quite a lot. So I am confident. They have done something new as well, which I can't exactly describe at the moment. But looking at the charts and the volumes, it's just great. I mean, it was recovering from below $9, to 23.5 on a pretty straight line. I would say parabolic, definitely.
Okay, we've got some picks in the chat. So let me give some shout outs, and then I'll read off some of the picks in the chat. We have Seattle John.
What's happening?
We've got Dr. Emmanuel Braden, who is co-founder of the Millix Project and also a Millix Foundation board member.
What's happening?
We've got, let's see, Lil Hooligan, the Lil Hooligan Show, another celebrity from Tangle.com. We've got Eriksson from Tangle.com. We've got Bora Urgel. These are all celebrities on Tangle.com. You guys should know. King 555. Rajni said lower the volume so he can hear us. I tried to do that, and then somebody said it was okay now. The music.
Yep.
Let's see. Enrique is in the chat from Kenya. And he says that he knew about Bitcoin Wallet in 2016, but he didn't know that I was the founder. SJHW says good morning. King555 says he has known about Bitcoin since 2014. That is, those are good days. Sajad Shah is in the chat.
What's happening?
Apex Wegish says hello. Sajad says, what will the Bitcoin price be in the bull market? What do you guys think about that? I would say, I'd say 250,000 is the expectation. It might blow off higher than that, but that would be my expectation. Let me just keep going through the chat here for a little bit more. Lou Hooligan says he'd be happy with $1. Now, Lou Hooligan, are you talking about Rap Millix?
I hope so.
Laura Urgel says if Millix reaches $1, he's gonna buy everybody in the chat a new car. So he is holding big. Narone is in the chat.
What's happening?
Nice.
And let's see. Enrique says Rap Millix. That is his portfolio for the fantasy. Apex Wegish says he's got bags. He's holding bags of Matic and Cardano, and he just got RNDR. So that is what's going on in the chat.
That's good. I like our NDR as well.
Yeah.
What is the? Do we have that on Fiatleak?
We do not. It's news to me.
It has been solid, and yeah. Don't want to say much about Cardano, but never been one of my favorites.
I had Cardano. I got Cardano way back.
Yeah.
I don't know when that was, 2016, and it went crazy for that entry price, and I got rid of all. I staked it for a while. I don't remember what year that was, maybe 2020. I staked it for a while, but I am out of Cardano as of now.
Yeah, same here.
And I think that was good timing, because it was, what was it? I don't want to say the wrong thing, but was it close to $2?
Yeah.
Yeah, it did come
Yeah.
close to that, yeah.
Yeah, so I was into Cardano for 14 cents.
Got very popular for that Gene Simmons connection, Kiss.
Oh yeah.
You remember?
Yeah.
It's going in the news cycle for a little bit.
They might have been the first currency to do proof of stake. At least the first one that I had that moved to proof of stake.
I like the way
let's call it.
No,
I like the way they do proof of stake, because you don't have to. You keep your tokens in your wallet whilst they are staked, so you don't move them to any other counterparty.
I like
so,
that too.
quite a lot of coins do that at the moment, though. You can hold them in various portfolios, even like ledger portfolios, and things like that, and do staking just through various dexes that deal with DeFi contracts.
Okay, so Aerosol in the chat, he is describing his current portfolio. He's got XRP. Now, I think so. We are broadcasting on Twitter, And I think we've got about 12,000 subscribers there. I think more than half of those subscribers are Ripple fanatics. And Eriksson is one of them. He's also got XLM, Link, VET, BTC. He's got Rapmilix. He's got Milix. And he's got Algo. And Danny says that is a solid portfolio. Danny, did you tell us what your picks are for the fantasy?
I did not, but I feel like I should just pick one, just as like a wild card.
It's all or nothing to
mean?
win the fantasy tournament.
And you know what I'm going to do? What is the biggest loser right now in the market summary?
That would be Rapmilix.
I would go with Rapmilix then.
So you're going 100% Rapmilix for the win.
I'm going 100% Rapmilix for the win.
I think it could be a good play.
That's a good play there.
That could that could be up 20%, down 15% in hours. The timing has to be right though.
It is a good strategy to pick one. I was thinking of doing the same, just pick one. But again, it's the timing is key on this thing, because you said you're gonna pin the prices on
today, later today,
of Monday, or later today.
Yeah.
There you go. Big difference everywhere.
Yeah.
So when we actually when you're gonna pin the price.
That is not public information, and it oftentimes has to do with my lunch schedule.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
So, Price, do you believe that Bitcoin is going to 250,000? Is that isn't that a lot? Regarding that 100,000 is I think it's a psychological barrier.
It's a huge psychological barrier.
Are you guys talking about Bitcoin? I'm sorry, I spaced out.
Yeah, Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that if you look at a chart, probably a 10-year chart on Bitcoin, and you look at the peak from 2017, you look at the peak from 2021, and you can look at the lows, and the lows are forming a parabolic curve even to this day. And so, it never works out like this, but if you extrapolate the 2017 high, the 2021 high, and then forecast the next high, and I don't know if I don't know how much it has to do with the halving schedule anymore. I think that loses influence every halving, but it might have some psychological influence.
Yeah,
big time.
There also has to be said that 2020 was important because of worldwide lockdowns. There was a lot more adoption about crypto. Loads of people got into crypto. So it's not that, very new thing that everybody's talking about still anymore.
Yeah, I saw a post from
people pulled out of conventional markets as well.
At Blake said that there are now 130 million Bitcoin, I guess, users. I'm not sure how they measure that, but that's the audience size that's participating in Bitcoin, which is pretty crazy. Because somebody else just this morning on Tangled posted kind of the breakdown of the largest Bitcoin holders, and it's like a list of 10 people or 10 entities hold 10% or more just on that list, right? So how many people in the world have one Bitcoin?
There was an article about that. There was a specific number because it's a public ledger. You can see it from the wallets. I can't remember. It was an interesting number though, but I'm sure the Bitcoin holders, which again can be found by looking at the wallets on the ledger, it's more than 150,000. There's a lot of exchanges that they do the coin pairs you find for trading they're not paired with USDT or fiat, but they're paired with Bitcoin. And there's more and more Bitcoin pairs happening every day in all exchanges.
Yeah,
So at some point,
those are almost derivatives. I mean, the exchange, you have to hope that the exchange holds the Bitcoin 1-to-1
yeah,
for all the pairs.
yeah. So at some point, there will be people having Bitcoin in their wallet when the next day or after a sale trade, it would be gone. Makes it more difficult to actually count
Yeah.
how many people are holding.
Now, Eriksson says something I've been thinking about. He said this in the chat just now, and I was thinking about this morning. He says, I hold some Bitcoin like everyone should, but I seriously hope for other coins with more utility and use cases. And I was thinking about that today. It's kind of a hot take, and I haven't fully thought it through. But you've got 15,000 cryptocurrencies, and I think you could kind of profile those into two buckets loosely. You've got currencies who their ambition is to be a currency, whether that's a store of value or a means of transaction. But then you've got a huge percentage of the currencies that have been launched in the last, call it 10 years, and their purpose seems to be the technology of the coin, not adoption. And it seems to me that when that's the case, when you have a currency whose purpose is its own technology, the currencies like that will expire. They'll be replaced with new technology. And I was thinking about that, and there's some oddities with that. So Bitcoin has a very clear use case as a store of value. And I think that Ethereum it kind of breaks my theory a little bit, because its use case is the technology that it offers. But then you've got something like Milix, whose intention is very simple. It's not trying to do anything other than to transact value and data. So I at very high speed and very high scale, and I think that those coins would fit into what Eriksson is hoping for. The other thing that I thought about, thinking about how Ethereum fits into that thought, Ethereum could be a black swan event, because so many of the other currencies are operating on the ERC20 network that if anything happened to that network, the vast majority of currencies would be affected, and probably not positively.
Yeah, the ecosystem, it's huge.
Yeah.
In the same way that Bitcoin it will affect every other coin, as it does every time it pumps or dumps massively.
Yeah.
Although it's not, all the coins are not part of the same ecosystem, but the fact that they relate to it because of the way they are being traded, as in /BTC pairs.
You have a lot of tokens that run in the Ethereum blockchain, and lately we've seen the BRC20 that runs in the Bitcoin blockchain. Have you researched that, Octo? Do you have any information about or any
Not much,
thing?
only that it's cheaper.
Yeah.
As in fees, which is the technology a lot of these coins are trying to push, and as an alternative to ERC20. A lot of
Do you
different.
see any utility? What's the main utility that you see for those BRC20 tokens? Or do you think it's going to be just like a token in the Ethereum network. There is no big difference unless the fee is much smaller.
Well, if adoption could increase the token, it doesn't necessarily mean that the actual protocol of the chain will get used less or more. You have a lot of transactions happening on, for example, the Polygon network, that the way they're used, it doesn't impact the price of the token itself.
Yeah, but I think one of the problems of Ethereum is that you have a lot of tokens, and those tokens, they have huge adoption, and you have a lot of people transacting those tokens in the Ethereum blockchain, and that makes the fee to go up.
Yeah.
And will we have the same effect in the blockchain network with a lot of people transacting those tokens in the blockchain network?
Yeah, but the fees, I was reading some articles that the cost of the ERC20 fees, it's also down to security in a way, to keep it sort of looking more solid and secure than other protocols. So the scalability, it doesn't necessarily have to increase the price, because there are technologies that will allow for a faster and more scalable solutions without impacting the price of the fee that much. If you know what I mean.
Yeah. Price, do you think this is going to be good or bad for Bitcoin?
I don't know anything about. I've never heard about BRC20. I think that the fees on Bitcoin have been lower than the fees on ERC20 for a while.
Right.
I mean, in the fees, if that's the topic, the fees, not only to transact on ERC20, which are too high, but if the main use case for Ethereum is the smart contracts, check out the fees for engaging with the smart contract. I mean, and that's a real problem for trading on DeFi. If it costs you $20 in fees to make a DeFi trade, you've just wiped out 90% of the market of traders.
Yeah, which do contracts below $100 or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Although there's so many alternatives which are very much cheaper in price. As a VRC, I'm not too familiar with it. I'm looking at it right now. But the alternatives, for example, even to move USDT, which is the mainly traded pair, on buying or selling any coin, most exchanges now, they allow at least 2 or 3 different protocols to move anything that used to be primarily ERC20. You got BEP20 from Binance Smart Chain. You have the TRX Tron network, and all of those, they would make moving primarily USDT or coins that used to run just on ERC20 much cheaper.
I think now I'm biased, but I think that the use case for blockchain is pretty limited. At least how we understand blockchain so far, because of the limitations of how many transactions can fit into a block, or how many kilobytes can fit into a block, you have a situation where the success of a particular blockchain is what causes the fees to go up. It becomes a victim of its own success. And I think that so now I'm not an expert on XRP, I'm a bit of an expert on DAGs, and I think that for transacting, I think that non-blockchain solutions are going to be superior to blockchain solutions. I think that some currencies, well, all the currencies that are ERC20, maybe Ethereum itself, are going to eventually either regret that they're on a blockchain architecture or instead of a DAG, or they're going to have to make just astronomical investments in R&D to figure out a solution. And the solution so far, well, in the case of Ethereum, it won't be larger blocks, and staking, proof of stake, complicates that a lot. But there might be a lot of blockchains right now trying to compete on speed and scale, but I think they're all fighting a losing battle.
Well, Price, I know that you like Bitcoin, and you like it because it's a store of value and it's also currency.
It's because so there's room for something like Bitcoin because it's a settlement layer. It's the layer that you're settling $1 billion on and securing it with that much value of security. But all the other blockchains that are trying to establish themselves as being able to transact or secure large amounts of value, they have to have, I hate to call it the mining support because we're moving to proof of stakes in so many places, but they have to have the community support to provide as much value as they're securing. And I don't, so Bitcoin has that. I think that Bitcoin is one of only two pristine collateral assets. You've got Bitcoin and you've got gold, and everything else I think has counterparty risk, like bonds, treasuries and bonds and things like that, real estate. And that's, that's to Michael Saylor's point. His thesis is that all the value of speculative or safe haven or financial instrument assets will get sucked into Bitcoin.
Yeah, using Bitcoin as a settlement layer, I think that's good because it's a secure network. But do you see the usability for the utility for Lightning net wallets?
Oh yeah.
Would you use a Lightning wallets to do your daily payments and then settle those transactions in the Bitcoin network?
I haven't, but I would.
Yeah, I think that's what will drive the adoption. We need something.
They will make it keep it functional and more to every day-to-day use.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is that one thing to take in consideration when dealing with that, if a lot more transaction gets made, let's say on the Bitcoin blockchain, we'll have to take in consideration the impact of the size of the blocks and the computing and energy, the power needed for all of this to run. And that is what I think is one of the stops, it's one of the breaks for the Bitcoin network to achieve the scalability, reducing some of the costs like other chains are trying to do. On a day-to-day transaction, let's say, work that you would want to do, solutions like XRP and the Ripple network, they use a lot less power to do a very good job for moving things around, and they have been doing that for many years. To this day, when I need to move funds from place to place, a lot of times I swap it over to XRP, and I know it's going to be there in seconds with ridiculous fees.
Yeah.
The Lightning Network, yeah. It does have some good points. It would make it appeal more for transactions, but I don't know how efficient it is power-wise
Yeah.
so far.
And it's always going to be. So when I'm thinking about use cases, I think that data storage, data transmission always comes into it, and Bitcoin's always going to struggle with that by design, and the design's perfect, so that's fine for the use case. I don't know if Lightning would aspire to transmit data with transactions. That's just going to be something that's always going to be a challenge for blockchains. And there's nothing wrong with blockchains. I just don't know how many of them humanity needs.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, and as you said, there are a lot of different blockchains. The only thing that is different is the technology that they propose.
Yeah.
And each one is defending something new and small difference.
Yeah,
If
I
you
would.
try to
So, what do you
fit
guys
everything
think? Do you think that
on
we've
one
seen when you consider the
block.
count of cryptocurrencies? Do you think that we've seen the peak? Are we going to? I mean, from 2013 to 2017 was a huge spike. I suppose the growth of new currencies has dropped off. Is the peak behind us?
I don't think so. I think there will be always, as you said, there will be always a new blockchain that uses a different technology, and technology always evolves. So I think in the future we will see different kind of
It'll never stop.
implementation. Yeah.
And I'm not suggesting that it stops, but in the same way that new blockchains are created, legacy blockchains die on the vine.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
You have every day some die, and every day there's a new one. Sometimes they only have small differences or improvements over an older one, over an older technology, but they would still come out and try and push it.
Yeah.
Because of
I think,
however small improvement they have over the past one.
for example, when Ethereum appeared, there with Ethereum you also had a lot of different tokens coming up every day. You have thousands of tokens, so I think we just need to have something. For example, Ethereum introduced smart contracts and the ERC20 that makes it very easy for someone to create a token. We just need to wait for another new invention, maybe using AI, and everyone will use that to launch thousands of tokens in a day. So, yeah, I think we are not in a peak. We will keep seeing different things coming up.
Yeah, well,
over time.
So since I don't have much to contribute to conversations like this, I think one of the things I can contribute is the perspective of somebody who has founded and launched a coin, right? And I'll tell you that building. So ours was from the ground up, not taken from any other code base, and it took years, and that's hard. But I think what's even harder than that is getting anyone to notice or care. And so right. even if you have 100,000 currencies popping up a day, it's so hard to get anyone to notice it. That's always going to be a challenge.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
As a challenge to myself, I made a coin as well. It took me 2 hours. Yeah, but it's about getting people to care about it, trade it, buy it. That's the challenge.
Yeah.
Make an ERC20 token and deploy it even on a blockchain. It can be done in 20 minutes.
Yeah. So the number, I think that the number of times that somebody has created a coin and and that coin's been noticed. On the high side, that's happened 15,000 times in all of human history. On the low side, if you take out the ERC20 and the clones, it's probably happened 30 times in human history. And here we are. We're one of them.
Probably more. Probably more.
Well, how close is something like Polygon or Solana to Ethereum? How much additional groundbreaking work went into launching those aside from what they had available in ERC20?
A lot of work. I'm talking about Polygon mainly because Solana, I don't classify it as too close to Polygon, for example. They did invest a lot of time and money on pushing it, and I think one of the main reasons it was developed, it was to replace ERC20 and be better in almost everything than ERC20, being cheaper, being faster, being more scalable, etc., etc. But they've done solid years of advertising and hard work. Very large team.
Yeah.
Working very hard to make it heard by everybody.
Octo, I've got some good news for you that just came in while you were talking.
Yeah.
Aerosol says that he would be happy to buy all your Octo coin bags.
Yeah.
Okay. It is actually called XO. And
good
the
ticker.
logo, it's my logo. I've got it sitting on the test chain at the moment because I haven't even started preparing the work to deploy it on something. But yeah, it is out there. It was purely to see if I could. That's why I made it. And
I did that too in 2013 with a
much easier.
Bitcoin clone, and we got to the point where we could mine it, but we didn't get any further than that. Danny, do you have a list of chat participants? If you
Yes, I sent it to.
it's we've got a lot more people than that in the YouTube chat.
Yeah, it's been dropping on X. I see one viewer at the moment. Could be me.
Well, there are quite a few viewers on YouTube.
Yeah.
My CTA was for them to comment on your post on Tangled with here, and that's the list I have. I mean, I have one more person if you want to keep the list on. Are you ready to spin the wheel, or do you want
We're
to
getting there.
continue to?
We're getting there. We've been on
Okay.
for an hour.
I'll send you another name then.
So we got Tantelli in chat on g/Fiatleak. Danny, have you been watching the YouTube chat?
I have.
We've got Rajni in there. Sam Nayab, can you, if you have I see you in the YouTube chat. If you've got a Tangled username, could you put that in the YouTube chat? We've got Enrique. We've got Jonathan Hernandez.
This live stream, it did make Bitcoin pump the moment it started.
Let me go to Bitcoin. I was just about to type Bora Ergel's name, but let me jump over to Bitcoin real quick.
Yeah.
Because Octo is making the call that this live stream has affected the price in a positive way.
Yes.
So I think the 24-hour high So on Fiatleak, the 24-hour high was 37,521, and we are right there.
Yeah. So
the 1 month
Yeah, it's
high.
doing a double top right there.
are you going to use the earthquake price?
Oh, you mean if there's an all-time high, this is what happens on Fiatleak.
Oh, yeah, I don't get to hear that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know. Well, it can happen for good reasons or bad reasons.
Delayed feedback, worth it.
Worth the 24-hour low.
All right.
Apex Wagish, is his Tangled username Wagish?
Yeah.
Narone is in the chat.
He was on that list, but here I'm gonna compile everything that you're
Okay.
saying into one list.
Little Hooligans in there.
So what I had done was told everyone to comment below on your post on Tangled on your profile, so anyone who posted there, I compiled a list from. However, if you want me to go up the chat on YouTube and just put everyone who's there,
Yeah, let's
I can
do
do that
that.
as well.
Let's do that.
Okay.
We got Emmanuel in there.
Oh, my loyal wife. I think she is the one user watching this live on X.
Can we even see how many people are watching on X?
It does say, yeah, if you just hover your mouse over it, it tells you how many viewers are on. Maybe the host can see who they are. Although I know who it is. I was just texted.
We are $26 away from a 24-hour high on BTC. Now, before this stream started, Octo and Danny and Eriksson and I were talking in offline, and we saw, if you look on the chart, there's a dip, and Octo said maybe one red candle before it takes off. And since we don't have candles on Fiatleak, it's harder to tell. But it could have been a break, hook, and go.
Definitely. And the 3 o'clock mark, it's important. It's the closing in some places, trade close time, trade open time in other countries. The 3 p.m. it's always an important time when day trading.
There you go. You just got your earthquake.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to show you guys something, because if you get impatient waiting for the price to change on Fiatleak, so the way that we're looking at it now, which is the entire Bitcoin market, it's going to update once a minute. But if you select an exchange, and I will select Binance, then the price is going to change on Fiatleak with every single trade that happens on Binance. That's Binance US. That's not the one I want. Let's try Coinbase. There you go. That's how you get a lot of earthquakes, Octo.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a lot. It's like breaking the stream.
Yeah.
Now, I was glad to hear it on Rap Milix this morning. Once I did some
Did you hear it? Was
buy.
there an earthquake on Rapmilix?
It wasn't an earthquake. It was the sort of loud bell. It's got a like a loud dong.
Yep.
Sort of
That
bell.
is if you set up an alert for a price or for a level of volume in a 1 minute time frame.
Yeah, and I have it once set up for over. I believe it was on that browser set for 50 or 100 minutes. To keep me alert when somebody's playing.
Okay, I am going to move the stream away from Fiatleak over to Tangled and set up a wheel spin.
Cool.
Okay, so obviously we will use the Fibonacci sequence to determine the size of the prizes. So that is 1 million, 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 5 million, 8 million, and let's go all the way to 13 million. Oh, let me add a manual in there. Okay, are we good for participants there? Danny, we good?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's spin the wheel.
Okay, we're gonna do it right now.
Always
So-
exciting.
33 million Milliks are up for grabs on this wheel spin.
Boom.
You guys ready?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Is that Luna here?
Tantelli
No.
is the
I
first
think it's
winner for a
Charlie.
million. He's got a million.
Yeah, it's Charlie.
Rajni hit it for another million.
Am I going to win? Is my name in the wheel?
I don't know. Salfrodo
No,
hits it
we're
for
not.
2 million.
Something.
Now, every time we spin this wheel, the prize gets bigger, as you know, according to the Fibonacci
Yeah.
sequence. Aerosol, who is a good participant in the chat, is thanked with 3 big boys.
That's a lot of Milliks.
That's a lot. Jonathan Hernandez, aka Dabs, 5 million. Thanks for joining the live stream, Dabs. Tantelli's celebrating in the chat. First winner. Nerone for 8. Okay,
This is
last spin, 13 million.
I would prefer to be the last winner, not the first.
Of course. However,
The whole point.
the
Yeah.
last winner
Yeah.
is Seattle John.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Nice. Congrats.
Congrats, everybody.
All right, what else do you guys have? This is 1 hour and 10-minute live stream so far.
We are looking forward to the next one.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna have to let the audience tell us when we should do that again.
Yeah.
Yeah, could prepare a bit of a script as well, points to follow,
I would say so.
topics to tackle.
What do you guys think? Should we do another one of these this week? Well, at a minimum, we should do it on Friday to announce the winner of the Fiatleak Fantasy Day Trader activity.
Yeah, I agree.
Sure.
Yeah, for that. And also
Enrique
planning
says
another
Friday's
live.
good.
Yeah, Friday always good. It's usually a busy time on Tangle as well, so it's a good time for that.
Ooh, Eriksson says he this is for you, Octo, as part of the script. He wants live trading.
I know I did mention that last week, I believe, saying that I might do, maybe a short 15-minute live segment on a bit of day trading and stick it on Tangled.
I'd like that. I'd like that because I since I'm not a trader, I don't know how to consider trading a highly volatile asset differently than an asset that's in a channel or that's got a potential breakout or swing trading. I don't know tactically how to do any of that.
Yeah, it's all about the timing, really. Pick the right coin with the right volatility for your day trading, i.e. moving assets within hours, buy and sell. Swing trading, other coins are better for that. You might just need to do trade once a week to get your profits on that. It's all really about setting your limits and the timing. At the moment, I'm not doing too much day trading every day, just a bit of swing trading based on my usual 10-15% gains. So once it hits that, I take my profit. Profit is profit, and on to the next order.
Well, I'm looking up Octo on Tangled, and I want to see how many subscribers. 350 subscribers on Tangled. How many subscribers would you like to see before you do a 15-minute day trading video?
Well, I think I would count the people that follow the Bitcoin knowledge group that I have. At the moment, I think I'm around 200 on that, which it's quite a bit, to be honest. A lot of the people know that I'm the one running that channel, that group, sorry. And there's quite a bit of interaction.
Good. Well, if anybody who's watching this, if you haven't already subscribed to Octo, do that, and subscribe to G/BTC Knowledge on Tangled, and if we're lucky, we can look forward to a video from Octo doing some live trading.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would be useful as for learning how to get assets in and out of places. Mm-hmm. The best way is to play around and convert things, in real life, because that's, I think, one of the biggest problems for people to get into trading is to understand how to get in and out with ease, and to not blow any kind of profits on fees.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if there's nothing else, this was a good inaugural Fiatleak live stream, and we'll do one on Friday, and hopefully everybody that was here today and their friends will join us again on Friday. All right,
Yeah.
so with that, I'll say goodbye. You guys, Eriksson, you have anything to finish with?
No, just want to say that it was a pleasure to be here with you guys.
Oh.
See you on Friday.
What about you, Danny? What do you have?
Me too.
I'll see you all on Tangled.
Okay,
Yeah,
Danny.tangled.com. Octo, close us out.
Yes, and see everybody on Tangled, and thanks for participating. I really am glad I was part of this, and I'm looking forward to Friday's one. prize, you're gonna have to do all the calculations of who won with all the percentages.
It's a
We're gonna
major pain in the ass too.
exactly.
Yeah,
I think
it is.
there's quite a bit of people are going to enter it. And I'd be a fan.
All right,
And,
well, it's good for the content. All right, so I'm going to switch
Yeah.
to a ending stream screen, and we will all talk to you at least Friday. And until then, we'll talk to you on Tangled.com. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. See you
Bye.
all soon. Bye.